I'm not going to talk a lot on this because I got a cold. I'll just have to edit it out anyway. No idea what's inside this gearbox. I got it in a parts deal with a bunch of stuff. Totally unknown condition. So we'll see. Does have gear oil in it. Great. I'm not feeling a lot of crunchies. Not that typical nasty smell, that's for sure. This thing is just coated with oil. I mean, it's got oil everywhere. Possibly the breather hole got clogged up and it just pushed the oil out all over. Sometimes if you have some internal problems, it'll grind the hell out of these shifter forks. I'm not seeing any kind of excessive damage on those. So we'll set this aside. There's not a lot of gear oil in this. There's just a little bit in the bottom. I think I can work around that without slopping it all over and not have to drain it out right now. What we don't want to find here is this pin broken off halfway up in it. That happens, and then you can't get the fork off, can't get the fork off, can't get the rest of the transmission apart. So the only thing you can do is drill a hole somewhere in this fork to get a punch in there, punch out the remaining piece that's busted, and will not come out any other way. So we'll see what we have here. I don't usually get lucky. This is 90% of the time broken off. Broken. Yay. All right, so now we got to take a drill and get down in through here, right in here. Get that, the rest of that out of there. Well, I don't wait up around. Yeah, hopefully that'll be fine enough to get a drill on it. And we'll see real quick. Let's see if I get it. So. Oh yeah, there we go. Looks like a cheap punch, huh? It may have moved. Hard to tell. Yeah, I believe it's moving. Actually, the hole. I kind of need a smaller pin punch, but if I use a smaller one, it's going to break it. That's the trouble with this job here. This is like one of those you really don't want to see when you get in there, but you know you're gonna. Sorry, it's like moving. I said that wrong. Okay. Wait. You know, the reason I try to save this thing rather than just cut it off right away is that so many of them are bad that I don't have a bunch of spares. So I try to keep them. All right, I checked my inventory. I beat on this thing for a little longer. And I got like 5 or 6 good cross shafts for sure. And forks. So I'm going to send this one home to the Triumph gods. Hey. Yeah, I just missed with my first try there. You get one shot at it. I'll show you what a successful one looks like. This one was successful. I got this off without ruining the shaft. His fork is reusable too. In fact, it's going to go back in here. Got a simple little tool here I made to pop these out of here. This is a speedo drive. I already took the bolt out that holds it in. Nose is running, sniffling, breathing out of my mouth. Obviously, want to get enough threads on here. It's not going to do damage. Well, let's just take my tool out here. This is the bolt that holds that in. All those, we just gotta get the tail shaft off of here now. Well, I'll see if my compact can take it off. Well, yes, it can. All right, all bolts are out, all bolts are out. Tail shaft. Huh. Got a hex head here. Yep. Ends up being 3/16. Retaining plate. I haven't found anything really wrong yet. Let's see how much oil came out of this. Some. It's pretty thick, almost like molasses. Strange. All right, next thing we got to do is get that counter shaft out. Drop the counter shaft assembly down in. This will tell us a lot what this guy looks like when it comes out. This is for. Yeah, we're starting to gall. See right here. This was hopefully gotten in time before any serious damage happened. But that shaft is shot. Pull that out. That drops to the bottom. Now we should be able to. We want that spinning free. Whoa, easy there, big feller. Don't you be doing that. Now we gotta drive the, excuse my head. Sometimes they just pull right out, sometimes they don't. Let's see if I can get behind it. Find it on the bottom. No. All right. Don't want to chip my teeth. What's your problem? I should fall right to the bottom. Press washer. Hold this up. Okay. Maybe I can get this back. Press washer out of the way, and the front of them will cooperate. It's trapped. Ah! Man. Press washer's partially out now. Oh, buddy. Let's see here. You're working on it like this. Ow! Someplace. That's still not up. Still not down. Nope, still got the motion. Well, now, I think this is just a fine pickle. Looks like it's in the... Hey, buddy. Buddy! Okay, there's totally free there. That's starting to come out. It should just pop right out. No, like that. Still free? Still free? No. No, what's this again? Look at that. Huh. It's catching on the dog teeth for the synchro. It just isn't dropped down quite enough. Can I tap it down? Hey, tap it.
Do you know what I did? I did a really stupid thing. I should know better. But struggling and struggling to try to get the counter shaft, which lives down at the bottom of this casing, to drop down far enough that the pinion shaft there would clear that forward gear enough to pull it out of the casing. The counter shaft wouldn't drop down far enough. I had the shaft out, the thrust washers weren't bound, and it would not drop down. I spent a stupid amount of time, hours, pulling my hair out. Why? Why is it not dropping down? And then I realized that I had not pulled the drain plug out, and it has the magnetic extension there, which lives right down there in that little hole, right underneath that biggest gear. I'm sorry, the biggest gear there on the counter shaft, and it wasn't letting the counter shaft drop down far enough. So don't do what I did. Don't be an idiot. Pull your drain plug out before you try to drop. Okay.